So I'm on site with Dan, and we had an unexpected letter delivered yesterday.
Yes.
And the letter was from the council saying that they need to come and see the property because they believe something is going on that is not permitted, basically. Illegal works. So we called them on the business card number that was there inside the letter, and we said, we're free any day of the week that you want to come. So they chose to come this morning. And when they turned up this morning, it was one person. Lo and behold, we know that person. And he was like, what's going on? And we was like, obviously, you know we've applied for the certificate of lawfulness. You know we don't use the local authority for building inspection. We always use private building inspectors, and it's being converted into a 4-bedroom HMO. And he was like, okay, we've had a complaint by the neighbours saying that this is going to be a 6 or 7 bedroom HMO, whatever it was. And we was like, how do you turn a 2-bedroom into a 6 or 7 bedroom without doing an extension on the back and a loft conversion? We're not doing that because we are doing 4 bedrooms. And he knew. Really nice, dead simple, straightforward, no issues, Stephen. Carry on with the works. See you soon. Neighbours were really nice as well. The neighbours know what's going on. I don't understand why they would report the property, but I understand that's just human nature. So that has taken a little bit of time this morning. We've dealt with it. It's over and done with. And now it's time to move along with the project. So we just had this beam fitted up here, guys, if you take a look. This is a cranked beam. And it's sitting on the pad stones, there and there. Building inspector will sign this off very shortly. Dan, do you want to explain why we had this fitted, please?
Yeah, so originally with the existing property, it was a lowered ceiling, so from around here. And obviously when you come in, it wouldn't have met any kind of regulation, and we wanted to higher the ceiling height basically, just to make it a bit more open plan, and so nobody bangs their head on it. So we removed it all. We've had a cranked beam, obviously designed by a structural engineer, and now you can see it's been fitted.
Now this steel cost around £800, and the structural engineer calculations cost £300. So to have this ceiling raised just for the steel and the calculations, it was £1,100. Then there's labour that's got to go into it. So probably about 3 guys, half a morning, probably £200 worth of labour. So that gives you a rough indication of how much that cost. These are acros. These are holding upstairs in place whilst the steel was going to be fitted. Now, these here, as you can see, they have that timber there that's holding. This will all be taken down when the builders are here next week and getting this resolved. And then in here, I don't know what that is. That wasn't here the last time I come.
You want about the shelf?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was out of the shed, coal shed.
Okay, I still don't know what it is. It was just in there.
Yeah, it's going to be removed.
Okay, so this here, guys, was a coal shed. This here, all this what you can see. Now, we own half of this coal shed, which means that door is being moved over and we're building a new wall here, which gives us more space in the kitchen. So it was the unused space. And that's what I talk about when it comes to value engineering space. That was a coal shed that held no value whatsoever. Now, it's going to be a kitchen. So it's actually going to add value to the property. How much? Don't know, because it doesn't work like that in a monetary, but it does work in a monetary because the kitchen is more open plan, visual. So that's quite good. Should we take a look upstairs? Are you tired of seeing other people build wealth in property and you don't even know where to start? Well, take a look at this. October 26th, I am back in Milton Keynes. I'm going to be teaching you about HMOs, flips, BRRs, deal sourcing, auctions, project management, ground up developments, social media, raising finance, and so much more, all for just £11. So come down to my next Accelerator event, understand why the 1% are all in property, and by the time you leave, you will know which way you need to go. We had the new boiler, which I talked about, which we saved. Then the thermal insulation board's got to go on here.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we've left that open there. I think they're here, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're starting to put
Yeah, they're starting to put them on. So if you come round here, those are the boards that are going to be going on the walls in here. And then if you come through here, There's another one here and here that we're upgrading to those boards because we want a better EPC rating. Plastered, as you can see, the room's been plastered. And if you go through to the final bedroom, okay, we've got one wall plaster, this one's ready to go, and then this one and that one behind you guys has to have the boards on as well. So ceiling, there's a hole in the middle. That's not for a single pendant. That is for the fire alarm. And then there's 4 spotlights that are going around that has to be fish hooked through when the holes are drawn. And Danny's just doing his inspections on everything. Another little thing as well, guys. Do you know door frames? I would always advise you guys to get your builders to put the door frames in before they plaster, because when they plaster up to the door frames, you get a better finish. I see some builds where they plastered and then they fit the door frames afterwards. I don't like it. It doesn't give a great finish. So, little tip there for you. Dan was in here with one of the building inspectors.
Yes.
And the architect.
Yeah.
And because we have very low windows in here, that I was thinking about raising, but I like the light. Because we have low windows, we have to have toughened glass throughout the whole property where the windows are lower. And regulation.
Yeah.
So that's something you probably didn't know. That's another little tip for you guys.
So guys, underneath the stairs as well requires a fire door, and it also requires to be fireboarded all underneath the stairs, because there's no door here and the new fire door is going here just to prevent the fire going upstairs. If a fire did breach the kitchen and go underneath the stairs, well, we've done the extra precaution to stop the fire going above.
We also had all of the bricks from the chimney breast and everything poled up here, and we had a wall that was there that was the size of that wall next door, and it run all the way along here. Now I remember coming with Dan and we stood here and we was both very nervous of this wall falling, and we kept saying that wall's going to fall, that wall's going to fall, get rid of the bricks, telling the contractors. So they did it, and on the day that they got rid of the bricks, the wall fell as they was removing the bricks. Now that was quite scary, because if anybody had walked past any time of the day and this fell, that could have caused serious injury. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but we didn't have any injuries. Everybody was okay, and got to rebuild a wall, basically. If we want to rebuild a wall, or we could leave it open, I think it needs a wall rebuilt. We will have new slabs put down there, new slabs over here as well, and obviously the porch is being removed, so we will get it done. I have to now go to my accountant's for an afternoon meeting, which is going to be fun. That is why I'm dressed in relaxed mode, because I have to sit in a chair for the next 4 hours. But whilst I am at the accountant's, the deal sourcing division is on tour in Walsall with Jay and Kev, taking the members around. I think they've got 6 viewings today, and then they're going to Nando's. So hopefully I can get out of my accountants in record time, get down to meet the deal sourcers, have a conversation with them, and I think Dan has got a door to sort,
Yes.
a property to complete, because we're completing on Monday.
Yeah, which I've arranged most of the works this morning.
Okay, have you arranged most of it?
Yeah, for tomorrow.
Okay, most of the works are being done tomorrow. I'm going to go down there and show you guys, because this property's sold and we're completing on the sale on Monday or Tuesday. The 21st, what day is the 21st? Monday. But the owner, the new owner, I'm the owner, but the new owner wants to come and just make sure that that works is complete before we exchange and complete. We've got a tenant moving into a new property, which I have to make a decision on with you.
Yes.
We have a new architect going down to a new project in Derby. We have a project that we should be completing on tomorrow. I taught my son how to dance in a puddle today. Go on, son, if you want to splash in the water, you splash. And climb some stairs. And he was very happy. And it made my day, because it's the simple things in life that do matter the most.
So guys, we're here today on the sourcing tour here in Walsall, and we're just viewing that property behind us. But if you see next door, this property sold recently, and you've got a plot of land that they're building on. So that property there has got the same potential, hence why we're viewing it. So we've got 9 people out today in 3 teams of 3 doing 2 viewings each. We're going to meet up at the end of the day, have a bit of lunch, have a bit of a natter, talk about the day, do a bit of networking, and yeah, should be a great day.
It was very good actually. So there's a cap on the area on the house because of the type of house it is and where it is. But the main value that comes from this is the little bit of land that's here. So the next door neighbour is just building from the ground up, and this is where the value comes comes on this property. You can do the property up, it's going to cost you about 35 or 40,000. Get it up to an end value of about 270, 280 is where I'm at roughly. It's on the market for 228, so I'm not sure of how much flexibility there is in that, but we'll get it down. But then this bit here is where the value comes from. So I'm excited about this one. I want to try and get this secured today. But what price can I get it for? I'll let Steve know later.
So we're just on the sourcing day tour. We're at the 4th property. We've got a few in here because it's vacant. So let's have a little look around this one, because this one's a big one. It's interesting. The only issue is no off-street parking. So let's go and have a look. Shower room there, which is great. Whoa, supposedly it's got 3 that the agent didn't even know about. So this is very interesting. So you think you're walking into a bedroom, but it's actually got another room upstairs, which we'll have a little look at, shall we? Wow, okay.
I wouldn't call it a bathroom, it's just
yeah. Shower room. But still, like a little ensuite shower room, it's interesting, isn't it? What decent view. That's not a bad view, is it?
It's just some gardens.
So, and it's in a very nice part. It's in quite a nice part of Walsall, Cheslin Hayes. So, not far from one we were looking to purchase ourselves, Great Worley. So, very interesting property. Let's see what we can do. It's had lots of viewings, but no offers because of the off-street parking. So, yeah, let's have a little chat with the agent, see what we can do. This is such an interesting property. It really is. Like that, I love that, the conservatory on the side.
Yeah, and upstairs it's really quirky too.
What do you think the issue is why it's not selling? Do you think it's priced right? Is there any?
No, I think price isn't too bad. It's just the on-street parking has put some people off.
Yeah, especially.
But the market is quiet at the moment.
Yeah,
Across the board, so.
I'd imagine as well, like it's a family house, isn't it, with the 3 beds, 3 baths.
Yeah.
And so, do we feel like there is a ceiling price in this street?
We were just talking about it. So I think if you did, brought it up to a really high standard, I don't think
you're going to improve the price.
More than 230, 240 on this road because of the on-street parking.
And so, what's the vendor's position now? They've bought, they've moved?
Yeah, it's just no change.
So they're just looking to sell it. Okay.
Just looking to sell. Okay. But they're open to sensible offers.
Yeah, of course. Okay, all right. Well, I think it's a great property. I think with a little bit TLC on it, then could make for a great family rental as well.
Yeah.
Great, spot on. Just found Jay and Kev dead helpful. It's good coming out on the sourcing day, so you can just start picking the brains and have a walk around with them, and just helps build your confidence, I think. So I found it really helpful.
Been a fantastic day, start to finish. I think overall I've been on 3 or 4 of the viewings overall. Just really good to get an insight of obviously what yourself, Jay and Kev actually say to the agents too. Understanding the circumstance of the vendor, like why they're selling, what their circumstance is. That's like good background information to learn and actually pick up on.
You always find the gems and things that you had previously forgotten, or should I say that I'd previously forgotten, and it just kind of like reminds you of making sure that you do your due diligence correctly. So yeah.